All right, I'm live again. Sorry about that. I got people just randomly stopping by my house. All right, so I just went over like why I don't start an Indiegogo, and I wanted to also go over. I'm going to read the definition because I'm going to do this on air because I want to peel back this little mask that's being worn with positivity. That's the public schools. When I hear just be positive and you know, just be positive. Don't be so negative. Be positive. I think about public school. It brings me back to public school, and what they're telling you is, I told you, I'm going to prove that it means basically shut up, shut your mouth, and don't. You're talking about something I don't want to hear about right now, so shut up, basically. So positivity, and this is how I don't just know. I know for a fact the stigma that's attached to me because I'm in the arena to try to get fathers back in the family, and I'm just I guess I'm just gonna keep fighting back against the whole world. I guess like Captain America says, what I mean. Sometimes you just when the whole world tells you to move, you got to take a stand and say no, you move. But anyway, this is if because basically I was just telling my friend that was just here. I was like, I can't garner any support for my comic book, but nobody can tell me it sucks. Like, if somebody did tell me it sucks, I'll be like, well, as compared to like Rob Liefeld, it sucks. I mean, you know what I'm saying? As compared to some of the shit that I've seen in fucking comic books on the shelves. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't suck. My comic doesn't suck. My art doesn't suck. And my friend was like, they view you as competent. I said this the other day in a video. My friend that was just here was like, oh, they view you as competition, so they don't want to help you. There it is. I'm viewed as competition, and what's being used against me is that I'm pretty much outraged over the injustices that I've suffered in my life while I'm told, oh, you're supposed to, you think you're entitled and you can just walk in here. No, I'm not entitled. If I was entitled, if I had white, like I got white privilege and I just want everything handed to me or something, I don't know what people mean by that. So I'm going to read the definition of positivity. I'm getting way off track. Positivity definition. Here we go. The state or character of being positive. A positivity that accepts the world as it is. So you don't try to change anything. You understand what I'm saying? It's in other words, shut your mouth. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to come in here. You know what I mean? Was Neil? You don't get anything done in this world by being nice all the time. Like, I can be nice if people treat me with respect, but was Neil Adams nice being positive? Was Neil Adams being positive when he took the industry to court, basically, because artists at one time in the comic book industry weren't even allowed to keep their own artwork? It would get all that artwork was destroyed, basically, like all the artwork that was destroyed. Oh my God. But my point being is, like, was he being positive? You understand what I'm saying? No. He was being probably what everybody was like, probably like, oh, Neil, I don't know what I mean, I can imagine what people were saying to him when he was back when he was doing that. Well, now I'm here to start complaining about how the SJWs now, Neil, now you represent an industry that hires terrorists. I'm here to say that to you. As much respect I have for you, Neil Adams, you're here representing an industry now that hires like Antifa gang people and stuff. So anyway, let's look up professional, because I hear these words thrown around a lot, and they're synonymous. Professional definition. I'm gonna give an example of professional. Merriam-Webster, whatever, of relating, definition professional, of relating to or characteristic of profession. So like talking about art, the mechanics of art or comics or whatever would even be professional. Engaged in one of the learned professions. Has nothing, do you see be positive in here? Does anybody see be positive under professional? It doesn't say don't hurt people's feelings. It doesn't say don't speak what's on your mind. It doesn't say don't complain. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't say anything like that. I'll screen share this stuff right now. I'm not even screen sharing. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to screen share these. So, don't take my word for it. Where'd it go? Right here. So there, professional. Says nothing about positivity. There was something about being courteous in the workspace. Like, in other words, like today, here's an example of professionalism. Today I was doing a printout, and somebody else in the office that works there was also had information she probably needed on the printout. And instead of me just printing it out and logging it, so that when she was done and tried to print it, it was already logged, and she would have to go like reprint it and find and remember the and try to figure out the number of the transaction report and all that stuff, and then reprint that transaction report. Instead of making her go through all that, I said, hey, you got some stuff on this transaction report. Do you want me to print 2 copies, one for me, one for you? And she said, yeah. Okay. Now there's a example of me being courteous in the workspace. It's not, don't say anything that's going to hurt her feelings in the workspace. Don't say anything that's going to disrupt my little world. That's liberal. That's liberal tactics being in play there. Let's not be little liberals. I'm cooking dinner for me and my dog. So George Washington. So if you read the definition of positivity, your founders, like George Washington, was one of the most negative individuals on the face of the earth, because him and like 4% of the population at that time of this country had armed conflict to change, to not accept, to just not accept the rule of a tyrannical dictatorship or a tyrannical king over them from 3,000 miles away. You know what I mean? I can see like I can see the conservatives of today, because George Washington, as we say, would roll over in his grave if he was around. Is rolling over in his grave today. Not only that, not only is George, let me add to that. Not only is George Washington rolling over in his grave, if he were to get into a time machine back then and come here now, he would also be told by the conservatives that he's being buried. They wouldn't believe he was George Washington, and they'd be like, "You're a crazy kook," and they also would be like, "Listen, you're being really negative and unprofessional, man," or something. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, because he'd be like, "Hey, half the country's on welfare, and they're banning people's guns, and the women have aborted millions of kids, and weird he'd be like weird authoritarians are running the schools and turning the kids into gays and transsexuals. We got to do something. And everyone would be like, well, you don't want to be violent. You don't want to get violent now, Mr. Washington. Well, what are we going to do? The Republicans aren't doing it. And everyone would be like, well, you're being really negative. I think that you're being really negative, Mr. Washington. I think the Republicans are trying to do the best they can. This is the type of stuff that would go on if George Washington approached the conservatives of today. So, whatever. I'm just saying, I want to earn things based on merit. I want to earn things based on merit. Not whether I have a vagina, not what my skin color. I want people to look at my artwork. If you can't, if you like comics and it's like, and you can't, I don't understand. Like, if you like comic books, unless you can sit here and just say my art's complete crap and my idea for nut job is complete crap, then I don't, then, whatever. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'll work with people and try to change it. If people, don't like the costume, they don't like the, they don't like, I mean, I'm not saying I won't change little things to help get the thing off the ground and get it going and get something out there that so I can, have fun. But like I said, I could garner more support dressing up like a junkie. I can't even get a shout out from like these other so-called conservative channels so far. I'm still knocking on their doors, and whatever. I guess we don't help each other here in America. Nobody helps them or something. Or I mean, it's like I don't understand. But here I am unless I'm guilty until proven innocent. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, yeah, somebody's commenting, why don't I do an Indiegogo? Nobody, I got a PayPal now. Nobody's giving me 1 penny. So if you guys want more comic books, if you conservative fans are sick of seeing, just nothing but gays and lesbians and all villains are white males, and you know what I mean, and black people are upright and moral and could never hurt a fly, and you know what I mean, and have to show white people what to do, and women have to save all the men. If you're sick of that, I'm here ready to give you guys all the comic books you can read. I can do, like, if I can do if you watch me draw, I've already roughed out pages. I roughed out, like, I don't know, I could rough out a whole comic book practically. Never mind, you know what I mean? I can rough out like a whole comic basically in a week. I'm telling you, man. And then just, I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty fast and I'm reliable, and I'm not going to let people down. I don't understand what the holdup is, but I'm not going to do an Indiegogo for nothing. First off, if I do an Indiegogo, this is what I want to end with, I guess, is if I do, and when I do, because I will do it. My channel is growing, and I've gotten new subscribers today. And anyway, it's going to be good. If I do one, it's going to be good. I'm going to have really good artwork already inked up, and I'm going to have a pro colorist do the colors, and I'm going to put it up. And I got to go because people are just stopping by like I'm a trading post or something. So I'll talk to y'all later.